Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Well, we've seen some teams, Greg, stumble out of the gate to begin this season, still trying to find their footing, getting some traction.
And when you're not meeting expectations, the pressure ramps up. But as a team, you can't let it get to you, especially with time to turn things around.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Jarris Walker out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's MP. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Coles in at the 2 spot. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. And for the Western Conference, we have a chance now to recognize our Player of the Week, MP.
Well, you just look at the scoring he's provided and the numbers he has put up, and it's a no-brainer. Rarely does someone carry an offense this much and not walk away with some form of hardware for their effort.
Here's Oliver. Robinson with the block. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Outside, Walker. Lets the 3 fly, and there's Holmgren. That's good on the assist by Alston. Holmgren's got his second basket of the night. The Kings trail by 19. Pass to Koulibaly. Back to Morant. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Back to Alston. Left side, Walker from the arc.
Free all the guys I said it a lot, and it ain't the last time. I want her to beat my ball on Kim. She call like a tree that get climb. Got a couple colors.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Offensively, it's...
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket. Get some.
That's the trail, man. You already know the deal, huh?
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. It's stolen by MP. So on the floor for Golden State, we've got Mitchell Robinson. Holmgren is out there with Walker. Then it's MP, and it's Coles in at the shooting guard position. Still in the early stages of the season here, but some people are already talking about MVP and Rookie of the Year grant.
You know, I think it...
They've gone to the full-court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or two.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, we've got Chet Holmgren. Mitchell Robinson out there with Walker. Then it's MP. And it's Coles in at the shooting guard position.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan, a great execution, but we still have a...
The first third of an NBA season, Grant, it sort of sets the foundation for the year's power structure.
Oh, that's so true, B.A. We start to see which teams are elite, who's running the show, and we find out who needs to think about making some changes.
On the floor for the Warriors, We've got Mitchell Robinson. Holmgren is out there with Walker. Then it's MP, and it's Coles in at the shooting guard. Here's Morant. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Pass to Simpson. Here's Koulibaly. Clock at 6 to end the drought. A rebound by Alston. Alston's got 4 rebounds now.
And there comes a point when, for the team's sake, you might want to move it. He's hurting them with all of these misses.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Now here's Morant. Yet to see a basket.
Here's Morant. Nothing on the board. And Golden State looking who they got. We've got Chet Holmgren. Jarris Walker out there with Robinson. Then
And you look at rookies coming in now versus decades past. Do they get more playing time right away nowadays, Tim?
I think it's fairly similar, BA, but I do think there's more scrutiny on these teams with these high picks, so they'll get an opportunity sooner rather than later. Back in the day, a lot of these guys stayed in school longer, so they may have been more NBA ready.
On the floor for the Warriors. They've got Holmgren. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Walker. Then it's MP, and it's Coles in at the 2. Here's Coles. 8 points in his last time out. Back to MP. Shot clock at 5. Launches it. And that one's good. Coles has got 6 points.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
And let's sit.
Your darkest day, but trust in him. He'll make all right. Anyone on the zone is free.
We will set you free, but first you gotta be
And they've gone to the full court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or two.
setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Walker. He's out there with Holmgren. Robinson is out there with MP. And it's Coles in at the 2. Now it's still early in the season, Greg, but we're getting an idea about which direction teams are headed in.
So true, but so much can change between now and the end of the schedule. So the most important thing at this stage, building momentum, heading towards
Even before the sun goes down, even though the devil's got you bound, though you're tired of going round and round, take the word and knock him down. He'll forgive you of your sins. Open up and let him in. Let the Lord show you his love.
And here's Morant. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
And so in the game for the Warriors. Holmgren is out there with Jarris Walker. Then it's MP. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Coles in at the 2-guard spot. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Wizards was outstanding. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and that was a season high for him. He was really special on that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Allie, we appreciate the update. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, BA, I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
How much tinkering do you think coaches are still doing at this point of the season, Stan?
Well, plenty, believe me. Even if you're undefeated, there's always room for improvement. And now is when you want to start to make those adjustments.
Now the Warriors with it, and they are the winners of 24 consecutive games, which ties the record set by those dominant Warriors teams back in 2016.
Well, it's really unbelievable. I had a 10-game win streak with the Magic as a head coach, and I'm trying to imagine more than doubling that kind of a run. It's really unthinkable. The amount of consistent good fortune and effort that it takes to do something like this.
Now here's Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
And so Moran will bring it up for Sacramento. Victory eluded them the last time they faced the Warriors.
Today's game is about effort and energy. They got crushed on the glass the last time these teams played.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour.
So, Tim, for teams off to a really slow start, there's pressure to get it together before it's too late, and there's not enough time to make it up.
Well, it's early, so teams still have time. I think some teams have been affected by injury or just slow starts by individual players. It's not too late, but you can't wait too long either.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got MB. Anthony Black is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Pumpkin in at the shooting guard position. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Wizards was outstanding. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
Excellent report, Allie. Thank you. Greg, we'll see if he can keep going here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
Well, I expect they'll go to him early here, hoping for a repeat performance. Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
Golden State moving it around.
So on the floor for Golden State, they've got Aaron Gordon. MP is out there with Anthony Black, and it's Buffkin in at the 2. Here's Moran. MP with the block.
Yeah, a timely intervention by MP. He knew just when to attack the shot.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Washington was a man on a mission. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he did everything else he could have wanted as well, ending with a triple-double. And he was huge for them in that one. Talking to his coaches pregame, they hope he can repeat that performance with another one here tonight. Back to you.
Yeah, spot on, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Golden State looking who they've got. They've got MP. Anthony Black is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Pumpkin in at the 2 guard. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Washington was a man on a mission. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and that's a season high for him. What an offensive performance. And the entire NBA talking about his performance. It was that special. Can he do it again? We'll see, guys.
Great stuff, Allie. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
And Sacramento has possession. The Warriors making the shot with the step. Grant.
In my Cadillac, slide through the street, hoping boys on double cross.
They're going to play 94 feet of defense here. They're going to try to make something happen with the full court press.
So on the floor for Golden State, they've got Anthony Black. MP is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Buffkin in at the 2. It's good. MP's got 23. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, their length and anticipation reflected in their shot blocking totals, making the extra effort to close things out.
And they're also focusing on their break, looking for any chance they can to push the pace and get out in transition. It's been a rough quarter for them. I think patience can help. Take the shots that are there. Don't force it.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Morant. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That was good.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
From deep, MP sinks it from distance. 26 points for him.
Oh, flawless start for him here in the first quarter.
And it's Sacramento's ball. Victory eluded them the last time they faced the Warriors.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall. Wow. They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Well, these days, interior offense takes great determination and discipline.
Simpson, no good. And so it's the Golden State Warriors making this game a no contest. They poured it on early, and they've never let up. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. A very convincing performance from the Warriors so far.
On the front foot, really right off the tip. They've been ruthless offensively.
Well, they haven't been challenged so far. Everything they're doing seems to be working.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. They've got MP, Walker out there with Chet Holmgren, and it's Buffkin in at the 2-guard spot. And it's DeRozan missing.
Yeah, he's got to be mad at himself for missing that one, especially considering the defense didn't really affect him.
And Legs, you think back to a few decades ago, we had some fierce rivalries in this league. What constitutes a rivalry nowadays?
Well, BA, it's much more difficult.
So, Richard, you hear the phrase hold time, how long players hold the ball over the course of a game. Walk us through that.
Guys with longer hold times are typically shot creators for their team, or they are post-up players. If you have a shorter hold time, that means you are catch and shoot, catch and decision make very quickly.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. They've got MP. Walker out there with Chet Holmgren. And it's Buffkin in at the 2 spot. Now, here's DeRozan. Shot clock at 5, and the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. A fantastic string of games for him, your Western Conference Player of the Week, MP.
He's really been on his A game lately. You know, the way their offense is set up, it really relies on his ability. He sets the tone each time down the floor, and he's been a lot of fun to watch.
That's a young, creative mind right there. MP doing work.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. And Sacramento has possession, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys are defending, obviously.
Like they be mad at themselves. I see more division than unity, and it's sad to see. We rather give out opinions before we give flowers. Supposed to be the body of Christ, we treat it like it's ours. If you're not bathing in love, then it's not a real shower. And if you're not focused on what's above, then you ain't got real power to judge or tell nobody how they should serve. Jealous of others who got what they think that they deserve. Couldn't even
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
And so in the game for the Warriors, they've got MP, Chet Holmgren out there with Jarris Walker. And it's Bufkin in at the 2-guard.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And Stan, you coached a bunch of seasons in the league. What's an issue that you face that maybe the average fan doesn't know?
Well, look, I think the thing that fans really underrate about the game is how intelligent these guys are. So it's not really an issue that I face because I was lucky to have smart guys. But I think fans underestimate how much basketball intelligence factors in when you're talking about the best players in this game.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Washington was a man on a mission. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he was on a tear in that game, recording a season high in points. He was clearly on a mission, and no one was getting in his way. A flat-out dominant performance.
Oh, great stuff, Allie. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Greg.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for...
I let the Spirit show me the truth. He said, live your life as if I made my appeal through you. I see God changing the ethos, putting aside our egos and opening up our hearts so we can see souls. Look how far we came. We know gonna hurt in the past. We still touch your land.
So we've seen the NBA, Tim, embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on to early in your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball. But the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus-minus, give me that group of 5 plus-minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love that. Lou Dort out there with Miles McBride. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's Goodrich. And it's Jang. And at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And now, Allie, of course, has something for us from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Wizards put on a show. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he really stuffed that stat sheet for them, ending up with a triple-double. That night will be etched in people's memories. He was relentless. I'm curious to see how he follows it up, guys.
Allie, we appreciate the update. He was in attack mode all night. We saw that really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
Well, he did whatever he wanted. I love the fact that he was under control, yet very aggressive.
Now, here's MP. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Bufkin with the bucket.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And Sacramento has possession. And they double up DeRozan. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And let's take a moment to honor the Western Conference Player of the Week, MP.
Well, it's not often you see someone be this impactful on the defensive end, but that's what makes him special. I mean, he's been doing all the little things that don't necessarily show up in the box score, but you can bet his coach and teammates know that he's been carrying the team with his D.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Simpson's checked in, and Rollins subbed in for Goodrich.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
And he goes big with the tap right over John Morant.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T connected cam. Morant with it, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Rollins, they grab their own miss. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. And the win streak they're on right now, tying the Warriors record of 24 wins back in 2016. This group is really clicking.
Well, this winning streak is absolutely incredible. And it's been interesting to see the number of different ways they can beat you. They go on big scoring runs. They've got great ball pressure and rim protection. Or deliver the header. What a finish.
Just stunning the defense and the crowd, for that matter. How artistic was that dunk by MP?
The Kings shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Simpson, no good.
Well, the defense challenged him just enough to force that miss. They really collapsed when he got close to the rim.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And here now the Kings, and following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that'll be the first of a two-game road trip for them. Pass to Simpson, launches it, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. Their last encounter was in the Bay Area.
It was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time he squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
Well, that's got to be an area of concern in this one. If they are able to dominate the boards again, it could be a repeat of the last week.
Shot left block, and it's DeRozan missing. Golden State's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3-3 on three-pointers. Alston, good.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their fifth consecutive make in the paint.
For the Sacramento Kings, the last game a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys are defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way.
This from the top.
Well, Grant, as more and more teams look to get up and down, you think that lends itself to going deeper down the roster?
Oh, definitely, BA. Also, with G League and bigger coaching staffs enabling end-of-the-bench guys to get more reps, it helps them stay ready when their number is called.
On the floor for the Warriors, Jarris Walker out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's MP, then there's Holmgren, and it's Bufkin in at the 2. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against Washington was a man on a mission. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And some changes here for the Kings. Oliver's checked in for DeRozan, and it's Koulibaly in for Dort. And the Warriors making a change here. Here's Alston. Banked it in off the glass. Alston's got 45 points.
Yeah, when we talk about MP's unlimited potential, we're referring to nights like this one.
Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Here's Coles. Good, and the assist goes to MP. Coles has got 11 points.
That pass right on point. Good job by MP.
Coles has gone 4 of 4 from the field. Perfect so far. From deep. Collins, no good. And here's MP. He'll bring it up to the Warriors. And they are the winners of 24 consecutive games, which ties the record set by those dominant Warriors teams back in 2016.
The team is playing what I'd call nearly flawless basketball. They just can't lose one of the most memorable winning streaks in league history. Seeing seeing the way these guys are balling right now, it makes me want to lace it up a little bit. And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
Well, Sacramento is shooting a chilly 28% here in the second. Here's Morant. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. He has 6.
Inside, Morant doesn't have an obvious advantage, but his moves, look, they'll get him to the bucket.
And the Warriors with possession. They defeated Washington in their last game.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them, but they were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
And the mental game you talked about, a lot comes down to
Ja Morant, he's out there with Koulibaly. Then
I was down, but you still made a way, and you brought me out. Yeah, my life been crazy, but I know I got his hand of better. They said the proof is in the pudding, nothing in the flavor. It's been wild, but when I look back, I can see every time he still held me down. When I look back at my life, I know your hands on me. I was bound in chains, but you called my name and you set me free.
Ja Morant is out there with Bilal Koulibaly. And it's Rollins in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Well, every team is looking for wings who can defend multiple positions. Who's at the top of your list, Tim?
Yeah, I look at a guy like Lou Dort. Look at a guy like Jake McDaniels. They've got length.
I already paid that fee when I got on that crowd. Now living in
.143 left to play here in the second quarter. Koulibaly is out there with Ja Morant. Then there's Rollins. And it's Oliver in at the 5 down low.
back at my life. Found it changed, but you called my name and you set me
And it's Morant with the ball for Sacramento. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
We've got Bilal Koulibaly. He's out there with Ja Morant. And it's Simpson in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Ja Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level, and there was no cameras around. Back to you guys.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie, thanks for the report. Now here's Morant. 35 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
Some guards are absolutely fearless working inside, and Morant very high on that game.
That one misses. And it's the Warriors with the ball, and they are the winners of 24 consecutive games, which ties the record set by those dominant Warriors teams back in 2016.
Well, it's really unbelievable. I had a 10-game win streak with the Magic as a head coach, and I'm trying to imagine more than doubling that kind of a run. It's really unthinkable, the amount of consistent good fortune and effort that it takes to do something like this.
Tipped! And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant. And the Warriors with possession here. They defeated Washington in their last game.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Yeah, they had a good game plan, executed it well, and they didn't let the crowd affect them.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
1 shot.
throw good. MP.
Well, when you watch MP, you can see the burst he has on the floor. Very explosive young player.
Pass to Koulibaly. Lets the three fly. Not going to go that time. And so it's the Golden State Warriors showing no mercy and just piling it on. Looking dominant and focused right now. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Hi everyone, let's start things off by checking out the Player of the Month award recipients. And just to throw you guys a little curveball here, what's your take on the alternate floor designs teams are using these days? And now how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for Golden State.
They've been methodical, dissecting the defense with their passing. This is what you mean by unselfish play, man.
We could use some of that selflessness here in the studio. I kid, but yeah, I kid. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And when you're trying to slow down a great score, there are those shots you just got to live with, Sam.
Well, look, BA, you can't take away everything, particularly from the great players. I think when you're game planning, what you have to decide is just that. What can you live with and what do you want to take away? And you try to just make those great players a little bit less efficient. You're not going to shut them down, but maybe you can make them a little bit less efficient.
So let's head to the sidelines. We've got some news on Chet Holmgren. What are they telling you, Allie?
Thanks, guys. I just talked with the Warriors' head athletic trainer. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. They've made the call that they feel it's okay for him to play. And even though there's a moderate recovery time, he's also confident at the moment to be back on the floor.
Thanks for the update there, Allie.
Well, look, reality hits hard, and I know he's frustrated by this setback, but you have to take things one day at a time and just get yourself right.
And so in the game for the Warriors, we've got Chet Holmgren, Terrence Walker out there with Mitchell Robinson, then it's MP, and it's Coles in at the 2 spot.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Pass to Oliver. Can they get it? Over to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. 3-pointer. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's MP.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. MP. That was nasty.
What a sensational move captured from the connected cam. Sponsored by AT&T. Here's Koulibaly making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. Here's Morant. That one's good for 2. Morant's got 11.
Well, he's so potent offensively. It's easy to draw plays for him.
Over to the left wing. The 3 from Holmgren.
I just got I had some beef with the devil, so I had to hop in the stool.
And here are the Warriors now. A big stretch here going, 10-2. Ja Morant is out there with Bilal Koulibaly. And it's Simpson in at the power forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And we're seeing teams now that have found success with twin towers inside. What's behind that, Tim?
Well, there's a big difference between positionless basketball and small ball. Key is if you can be big and skilled, that's a pretty tough combination to match up with.
No matter how the game changes, rebounding is always going to be a factor.
It's always key.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, MT in the last matchup against the Wizards was outstanding. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and what an offensive performance overall, turning in a new season high for him in points. It was a performance that will stick with the fans for a long time. Let's see what he has in store for us in this one.
That's good stuff, Allie. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Grant.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, BA. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
Well, I expect they'll go to him early here, hoping for a repeat performance.
Now here's Moran. He's got 11. Crafty move.
They must not know what they doing. They must not know what they doing. They must not know what they doing. Yeah, because they do not know what they doing.
We've got Rollins. Koulibaly is out there with John Moran. And Simpson in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Stan, you and, well, your whole family, masters of defense approaches. So with that in mind, what makes a great defender?
Wow, that is a great question, Kevin, and a complicated one in a lot of ways. Number one, length and athletic ability really help the guys who can move their feet and have great length, can cover up a lot of mistakes. But then there's the fundamentals, your ability to move your feet and great focus and determination.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Wizards was outstanding. He dropped an amazing number of points and put up double digits in 3 categories. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
Hey, Allie, thanks for the great report. Greg, it was obvious he was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was maxed up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did. Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end.
And so Moran will bring it up for Sacramento. We're seeing more and more teams playing 5 out now, RJ, with big men who can shoot from 3. Is that where the game's headed?
Those players are still hard to find, but I think more 7-footers will look to develop their long-distance shooting. It's becoming the new norm.
So on the floor for Golden State, we've got Mitchell Robinson. Walker out there with Holmgren. Then it's MP, and it's Coles in at the 2. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Wizards put on a show. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and a total like that was good enough to mark this high for the season. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Great report there, Allie. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, BA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
It's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
And John Moran has said he wants to dial back his dunking for his health. Did that ever cross your mind, Richard, as an aerial artist?
Well, dunking can take its toll over time, but I was kind of a crash test dummy. I was going to keep jumping no matter what. John's a little bit more concerned with getting hit in the air.
The Kings shooting just 24% on this one. Not great. And another miss by Sacramento.
You cannot play worse offensively, although he's trying. And he hasn't made one shot yet. I feel for him.
Yeah, hard work pays off for Gordon. Running the floor and putting a strong finish on the fast break.
Well, the Kings shooting a less than average 27% in the third quarter. Oh, got that one up quick. Rollins has got his first bucket of the night.
Nice Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And the basket by MP.
Getting buckets at a critical time. Just give him the ball and let him go to work.
Pass to Rollins. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Golden State. Austin's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's been dominant so far in this one.
Shouldering the offense. Really taking it to the opposition. Here's Morant. And he converts the layup. Morant's got 7 now in this quarter. Smooth sailing for Golden State. Pass to Buffkin. And he banks in the layup.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Buffkin's gotten all 3 of his shots to fall. 3 for 3. That's Morant missing.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not a big thing. And his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
Austin with a bucket.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Here's Sacramento now. Pass to Simpson. Fires the 3. Nails it from 3. Simpson's got 5.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
And so here's Sacramento. The Warriors getting their last shot to go.
That first step of Ja, he's one of the few guys that's not only quick, but fast. And this man is lightning fast.
Austin, pass to Gordon. Now here's Holmgren. Here's Buffkin. Koulibaly defending. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
I want this moment for a lifetime. I mean a lifetime. You give it out to others left and that's the right time.
Now, here's Holmgren. 21 points in the game. Ja Morant, he's out there with Koulibaly. Then there's Rollins. And it's Oliver in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Tim, these days, things are changing for modern NBA big men.
Well, there is no doubt when I played, every team had 4 or 5 legitimate post players, and the ball went in to the low post regularly throughout the game. I think now the difference is you have to have versatility in your game. Teams are looking for bigs that can shoot it, handle it, and facilitate.
Valuable pieces for sure. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Ja Morant able to fly with the best. He said, sometimes I get knocked out of the air and hit the floor. After the game, you may feel that. So I just pick and choose, man. Hey, 2 points is 2 points. I get it done. That's all that matters. Kevin, back to you.
He can still get up. Allie LaForce with that report. Great job as always, Allie. Thanks.
Oh! That's as good as it gets. Woo! What athletic ability from MP. Plenty of bounce in those legs.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Team.
Trying to redecorate my life, switch the pictures in my mind.
And for the Kings, they're shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. To the paint. Here's Oliver. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
Well, this is a good reminder for anybody who thinks he's too small for a 5. His athletic ability totally levels the playing field.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And for the Kings, they're shooting a troubling 38% in the fifth. Not the finest work of this offense. Morant passes to Simpson. There's the pick. Pass to Koulibaly. Lock at 6. Here's Simpson. From downtown. Out to Morant. To the middle. Tries again. Oliver's shot is good. Oliver's got 6 in the quarter.
Everybody appreciates that extra effort on the glass.
And another assist for him.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. To the right side. Here's Morant. Second chance shot.
And here are the Kings now. So on the floor for Golden State, Jarris Walker out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Chet Holmgren, then it's MP, and it's Buffkin in at the 2. And it's Oliver missing.
Aggressive move, but that was great D to prevent the easy.
You tell your crew, I tell my crew, we party all night. I stays down, off the top rope like Macho Man. If I hit your mama with an elbow, then I'm sorry, fam. Y'all better know it, y'all better know it. Misfits and minor are lions and tigers and other words, animals, animals, animals.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Gordon out there with Walker. Then it's MP. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Buffkin in at the 2 guard. And here...
Your mind.
MP for 3. Connects from 3-point range.
And until he...
Your mind. Your mind. Lose your mind. Lose your mind.
You tell your crew, I tell my crew, we party all night. Oh no, again, hopping out of minivans with a couple of they friends, still rocking hammer bands. I can do the hammer dance, just give me room though. I'm singing in Spanish, girls think I'm in menudo. I'm drinking.
He cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hands.
The Kings shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. And the rejection by Holmgren. Kicks it out to Gordon. Back to MP. And got it! Another basket.
90. A legendary performance.
We'll be talking about this one, Greg, for a long, long time. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stolen. And he's got a 5-by-5.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. And here are the Kings now. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And it's Morant missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Warriors ahead, opening up a huge gap. Live from Golden One Center, you're watching 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assistant to the game?
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
And we reach the 4th quarter. Called by the Kings. And it seems, Richard, sometimes the best player on a team isn't necessarily their leader. You've been on a lot of teams, a lot of great players. Do you agree?
Well, at the very least, you need your best player to be the tone setter. They don't have to be very vocal, but their work ethic and their accountability has to be the highest.
We've got Bilal Coulibaly. He's out there with John Morant. Oliver is out there with Rollins. And it's Simpson in at the power forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
And we talk a lot about Morant's athleticism and skill, but what stands out for me is his effort and intensity that he plays with.
Golden State moving it around.
We've got Bilal Coulibaly. He's out there with John Morant. And it's Rollins in a small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. You know, it seems like players today have more freedom with their shot selection than ever before, Tim.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I think you could actually make the argument coaches are particular in a different way. They're looking more for threes, layups, and dunks, not as much from the mid-range. And if you can add that shot, really makes you stand out.
So interesting. I've seen coaches take players out for not shooting open shots.
Oh, I wish I had that coaching when I played.
Just showing some tremendous authority controlling the boards. Love it.
He just wants the ball more than anybody else on the floor, and it's ending up in his hands as a result. He's been carrying the load on offense in this one, and he might as well keep looking for his shot the way he's been going.
Oh man, yeah, most high. I got the favor in me. They said that I'm different. Connect with the black and white. I got the flavor in me. I drink the blood from the source. Ain't got no chaser in me. I feel love now back.
Here's Morant. So, Stan, when it comes to preparing your teams for a game, as a coach, what are the main things you're trying to get across?
Well, look, Kevin, I think the main thing is you've got to decide what the main things are. And when you've got maybe an hour to prepare a team for a game, they're not going to be able to go through everything you would like them to know. But you got to decide. You got to prioritize. These are the 2 or 3 things we've got to get done tonight, and you've got to have a clear understanding of those.
We've got Bilal Coulibaly. He's out there with John Morant. Rollins is out there with Oliver, and it's Simpson in at the power forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Got that one up quick. MP's got a pair of threes here in the 4th quarter for the Warriors. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, their shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after.
And so Morant will bring it up for Sacramento. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a
That's a young, creative mind right there. Hitting key, doing work.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. Sacramento's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. Again, the miss by the Kings.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it work.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Golden State moving it around. And again for 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that 3-point shot.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting just 28%. They are offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. Oliver and the layup ball.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Alston passes to Cole. Back to MP. In the corner, it's Gordon. Pass to Cole. And here's MP for three. The three-pointer is right on target.
And you look at this scoring outburst by MP. What's incredible is he still has room to grow. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious for everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
We've got 1:08 left in the fourth.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Warriors.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, BA, just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And this will go down as win number 25 for them this year.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for MP.
His overall stat line really says it all. I think a triple-double game for him and getting it done everywhere on the floor.
So on the floor for Golden State, we've got Mitchell Robinson. Aaron Gordon is out there with MP, and it's Coles in at shooting guard.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moment. They put this game away in style.
Here's Koulibaly, and he goes in for the dunk.
Sharing the rock. Part of what makes John Morant such a fantastic player is his ability to pass.
Pass to Alston, beyond the arc, and the Warriors with another three.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on.
And so it's the Warriors taking care of business in this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Good now, smiling, dancing with the family. I'm kinda happy, man. Things have gotten a little better. Questions on my feet, start change chain around my neck, ski beanie on my head, and Jesus is my sweater. Covered up my scars, he covered up the things that made me fall apart. Can't forgive each other if you never start. Now I talk about my problems, so I'm feeling like the man now. Being vulnerable has got me knowing who I am now. Too many haters trying to take a brother off his game. Remember me for how I'm pushing Christ, don't worry about my name. Before I knew him, I'm embracing life and feeling all this pain. If you can love your neighbor like yourself, then I can do the same. If you see me shine and dim the light and give them all the fame, I'm not trying to take the lead, I'm just trying to make a change. Every day, I'm a step closer to done, but I'm still here trying. I know that I messed up. I know that I left us. I was in a bad place. Now I'm doing better. I will prove it some way. I will show you one day. I was in a bad place. Now I'm doing better. Mental health is real. It tries to trick you and convince you you would never heal. It numbs you up so when you're hurt, you forget to feel. It's that trauma part of me that I wish to kill. So let's keep it real. Surround yourself with some people who's not afraid to huddle. Don't believe the lie that if you're Christian, you can never struggle. Every day, I'm a step closer to dying, but I'm still here